For 6, this is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Monday turns out to be just a continuation of the weekend. Beautiful weather, lots of sunshine, and temperatures are way above average. Currently sitting in the low to the mid 80s with lots of sunshine all across the region. Some other numbers around mid-Michigan this afternoon, ranging from 82 in Howell to 83 in Kalamazoo. Over towards Detroit, 81 degrees. Satellite radar, no threat of precipitation. All quiet out there tonight. Probably the most exciting thing this weekend will be some clouds on the way by midweek. Tonight's forecast, we'll see temperatures near 50, a crisp start to the morning, another warm day tomorrow, and there are a few changes as far as the temperatures go. 6 News at 5 starts right now.
WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at 5.
New details are released from Grand Blanc involving the deadly mass shooting at a church. It's our top story at 5. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jorma Duran. Law enforcement officials investigating the deadly attack at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Grand Blanc say that everyone has now been accounted for. The Sunday morning shooting left 4 people dead and 8 others injured. The gunman was killed by officers responding to the scene, but not before he was able to set the building on fire. Lana Zach is here for you now with the latest.
This was an evil act of violence.
Law enforcement officials said Monday they did not find any more victims in the rubble of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Grand Blanc, Michigan.
We still are in the process of clearing out that church, but at this time, everyone is accounted for.
Police identified the deceased suspect as 40-year-old Marine veteran Thomas Jacob Sanford from nearby Burton, Michigan. Police say he rammed a vehicle into the church Sunday morning, then opened fire on at least 100 worshipers before using an accelerant to set the building on fire.
The FBI is calling this an act of targeted violence. When asked if terrorism applies, the agent in charge said that once investigators learn more, they may choose to use different language.
We are continuing to receive leads. We're continuing to run down all information. And once we're able to ascertain definitively what we have, that's when we'll make those statements. But as of right now, this is an act of violence.
Once I saw the gun and hear him start shooting, it was just a lot of fear.
Paul Kirby heard the bang when the vehicle crashed into the church. He was part of a group that ran outside to help, only to find themselves face to face with the shooter.
As I was running, with how close he was getting to me, with his shooting, I was just standing there or running, expecting to get a bullet in the back of my just legs or in my back or something.
Kirby says the community is checking on each other, making sure everyone is okay. Lana Zach, CBS News, Grand Blanc, Michigan.
Leaders with the East Lansing Police Department want people in mid-Michigan to know that there are resources that can help keep local congregations safe. 6 News reporter Zach Preece spoke with the Chief of Police, and he joins us now live in the studio. Zach, what did Chief Brown tell you?
Jorma, she says that the best way places of worship and other local organizations can prepare for a tragedy is simply to talk about it and to plan for it. And the ELPD says that they're here to help with that process.
First of all, our thoughts and prayers are with the entire community of Grand Blanc. It's a horrible situation to have to go through, and our hearts are out to them.
But how can local churches stop a similar tragedy from happening again? East Lansing Police Chief Jen Brown says it starts with preparation that she says the police department can help with. They're partnered with Faith in Blue, a national organization that hopes to bring communities closer to law enforcement while also focusing on safety.
Police departments or law enforcement entities are partnered with local churches, and we do lots of activities and have lots of communication. And so we would work with any of our local churches to make sure that they have emergency plans in place.
Brown says about a dozen local places of worship have taken part in the training, which began in 2017, adding that preschools, retirement homes, and nursing homes have also taken advantage. Brown says East Lansing police officers receive training regarding mass shootings, as do many city employees.
We provide training to our officers on how to respond to an AVI, which is an active violence incident situation. So we want to make sure all of the City of East Lansing employees are trained on how to respond to an active violence incident.
Now, if your place of worship is interested in this training, you can go to the Scene on 6 section of our website where we have information regarding that. Back to you, Jorma.
Zach, thank you very much. And coming up on 6 News at 6, we'll hear from local church leaders on what they're doing to keep their congregation safe. So be sure to stay with 6 News on air, online, and through our 6 News app for the latest on the deadly church shooting. President Donald Trump is hosting Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu for what organizers say are critical talks aimed at ending the war in Gaza and developing a U.S. plan on post-war governance in the war-battered Palestinian territory. The White House says Netanyahu apologized to the Prime Minister of Qatar for a military strike targeting Hamas officials in the emirate that infuriated Arab leaders and triggered rare condemnation by the U.S. of Israel. Meanwhile, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt confirmed the administration has presented a 21-point plan to both sides.
The President has been working tirelessly on this effort to bring this war in Gaza and to bring this conflict in the Middle East to an end. He wants to see all of the hostages released.
Monday's meeting between Trump and Netanyahu comes days after the Israeli leader used a UN address to reject international demands for an end to the war. In Lansing, City Clerk Chris Swope and leaders with Lansing Community College are hosting a voter registration drive at the downtown campus for most of the week. The Lansing City Clerk's office will be registering people to vote now through Wednesday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. outside of the Arts and Sciences building. Also, absentee ballot applications and information about voting at home, voting early, pre-voter registration for 16 and 17 years old, and online voter registration will be available on site as well. Also in Lansing, the Michigan Avenue construction project has entered a new phase. That'll mean new lane reductions planned from Pennsylvania Avenue east to the University of Michigan Health Sparrow pedestrian bridge. That being said, access will be maintained to Health Sparrow Lansing, and all emergency services will remain operational. Patients and visitors are advised to expect significant delays, though, and to use the rear entrances on Eureka and Jerome Streets when possible to access Health Sparrow Lansing, the Health Sparrow Professional Building, and the Herbert Herman Cancer Center. And looky here, average statewide gas prices dropped by 13 cents when compared to last week, and mid-Michigan prices are the cheapest across the state. Statewide, it's $3.03, but in Greater Lansing and Jackson, it's below $3 a gallon. Right now, it's $2.91 in Greater Lansing and $2.89 in the Jackson area.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
We continue to look at very dry weather, very warm weather. We do have some cool downs on the way, but nothing below average. And when you look at rainfall for the next 5 days, there's just not a whole lot out there, a blank map. So the day by day, 0% chance pretty much every day. And one of those days that we do have something interesting will be Wednesday. We've got some cloud cover moving in. That's about as bad as it gets this week. Although, as I said, there will be some cooler temperatures. When you look at the high temperature trend, we're getting kind of spoiled with these 80s. I mean, isn't it kind of a weird year where you can go out and check out some fall foliage? I love to kayak and look at fall colors, but you can literally go, okay, I'm tired of the fall foliage. Let me go for a swim really quick because it's just that warm out there. It does get cooler next week with 60s on the way, but our high temperature on average should be in the low to the mid 60s by then, so that too will still be above average. Tropical rainfall across the Virginia area and into North and South Carolina, but good news developed this weekend. This system, instead of coming on shore and raining itself out, is going to make a bit of a right turn, feeling the pull from another hurricane and head out to sea. So everyone in the Carolinas and Virginia breathing a huge sigh of relief. Precision cast tonight through tomorrow morning, mostly clear skies. Nice start to the day, a little on the cool side, but really nice. Lots of sunshine again tomorrow afternoon with temperatures near 80. Here come the clouds. No rain with that, but we will see an increase of cloud cover, becoming mostly cloudy, if not by early Wednesday morning, then during the mid-morning hours, and then we're just in and out of clouds through the afternoon. It does make a difference, as is shown on the temperature trend graphic. We're only going to top out in the 70s, but still going to be quite nice. Current temps, 84 degrees in Owasso, downtown St. John's, 82 degrees. Lower 80s, Charlotte, Mason, Lansing, south through Jackson, off to the east, 81 Ann Arbor, compared to 82 in Marshall. On the Skyview Network, just kind of looking for some fall foliage today, and there's a little color here and there on the Capitol Cam. Temperature at 83, north winds at 6 miles per hour. In Grand Ledge, looking down the railroad tracks, also some light colors showing up, so obviously there's a lot of time to plan your fall foliage trip for the year, but just starting in mid-Michigan. 84, the current temperature as we head over towards the Jackson area. Some spotty colors showing up in some of the trees, but you can pan towards other parts which are still completely green, so any color seems to be kind of patchy in nature. 83 is our current temp in Jackson. Looking over towards the courthouse in Hillsdale, very little color showing up. Our current temperature at 80. Tonight's forecast, expect a low down to 50 degrees with mostly clear skies. Then for your Tuesday, another gem of a day. High temperatures close to 80 degrees. Slightly more wind out there tomorrow afternoon, still looking really good. The 6-day forecast, Wednesday, that should say mostly cloudy skies. It didn't change for me. Mostly cloudy on Wednesday. Then Thursday and Friday, we'll see temperatures going back into the 80s. Carbon copy again next weekend. Lower 80s, lows in the 50s, lots of sunshine next weekend, followed by a little more cloud cover and some midweek rain as cooler temperatures finally pay us a visit.
Cooler temperatures aren't really that cold either, too,
No,
so that's good.
But after 80s, 60s will feel
You're
burr.
right about that.